This week, we finally get to nerd out about Spider-Man Brand New Day together, and we also bring you the latest rumors and news from Marvel, DC, Star Wars, and a whole lot more. Welcome to the Infinite Taylorverse. Warning.
Red alert.
Danger, Will Robinson! Danger!
That's the emergency alert.
This episode is full of spoilers for some of the latest and greatest nerdy movies and shows.
Spoilers.
Listener discretion is advised.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Infinite Taylorverse podcast. I'm Billy Taylor.
And I'm Taylor Oxner.
And this week we're back to talk about all the really fun stuff happening out there in the pop culture universe. But before we jump into any of that, Taylor, what have you been nerding out about this week, man?
This week, I went to the Field Museum in Chicago and went to the Pokemon fossil exhibit.
Awesome.
And it was really amazing. They would have skeletons of the Pokemon, especially the fossil Pokemon.
Yep.
And then they would show the real fossils of a real dinosaurs and things that they're based off of next to it.
Oh, that's cool.
It was honestly just super cool to see. It's hard to even describe how cool it is.
Yeah.
It's the bones and stuff. It looked like you go to a real museum. They were to scale to the Pokemon. So there was I can't remember the names of them now though off the top of my head, but just huge to scale Pokemon fossils.
So it was like going to the natural museum and seeing dinosaurs, but it was Pokemon.
Yeah, and it was just in one area, the Field Museum, and then you go to the other areas, and then it's real dinosaurs. Of course, Sue, the T-Rex, is there. I don't know if you know about Sue.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Yeah, it was amazing. Definitely, cool to take a kid, but, it's a little, you don't get to take in as much because the kid goes really quick, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm looking at stuff. But yeah, it just fun for adults and kids. It was one of the most unique experiences I think I've had in a long time.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And then, we went to Chicago and got really a lot of good food, a lot of family and friends. And so that's what I've been nerding out about this week.
Sweet. My nerding out. Well, first of all, it's something I'm excited to talk to you about in a minute. I'm still nerding out about Spider-Man Brand New Day.
Yep.
This past week has been a busy get back to work time for teachers and stuff, and getting in the building and getting classroom all ready and paperwork and meetings and all that stuff. But my other kids, last week I talked a little bit about taking the boys to see it, but my daughters wanted to see it while my boys were gone with a cousin sleepover. So I went and saw it again, and my wife got to see it finally. And man, it hit all the emotional heartstrings, even seeing it a second time. And it is, I don't know, top 5, if not top 3 Marvel movies for me now. It was so good. Man, Marvel is just so good. It's hard to think of it as a standalone movie because you really do need several movies to prepare for this movie.
Yeah.
But it's just like comic books. They've set up their movie cinematic universe just like the books because they build and build and build. And I don't know, it took a long road to get to this Spider-Man movie, and it's just so good. And so my nerding out this week is still Spider-Man Brand New Day.
Yeah, that's awesome. That would have been mine if I wouldn't have gone to this crazy thing.
Yeah. Well, hey, let's talk about that movie. So obviously, you guys, it's been out going on, the beginning of its 3rd week, actually. So spoiler alert, here's your chance to push pause if you haven't watched this movie, but we're going to talk about it. So this movie was amazing. And more than just a Spider-Man movie, this movie 1,000% set up the coming mutant saga, which is so cool.
Yeah.
While we were watching, obviously they tried to hold it really close to the vest, the fact that Sadie Sink was playing Jean Grey. But the moment we start seeing someone hopping from brain to brain to brain, I was kind of getting my suspicions that that's Jean. And I wondered what would be the motivation to make her be doing seemingly bad things, but obviously it all made sense in the end. Did you have any other thoughts, or did you kind of from the start think, oh, that's got to be Gene?
I thought it was maybe Mr. Negative,
Okay.
just because that's a big brand new day Spider-Man villain.
Uh-huh.
And he's been like a popular villain in media. Like the Spider-Man video game had him in it.
Okay.
So I kind of thought, well, maybe they're doing that, but like a little bit differently. If I remember Mr. Negative, his power doesn't work quite like that.
Is his more persuasion?
Yeah. Yeah. And so but that's why I thought, well, maybe they're just doing the MCU version of that and making him a little bit more powerful.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, once I got into the movie, I kind of figured it out pretty quick.
Yep. It was fun watching it with my kids both times and my wife, because especially the second time, and things were already confirmed in my mind. So when they said her name on the little screen, her name is Jean Grey, my wife looked at me like, what? That was really cool. And yeah, so much went on. And we could talk about so many things, but the thing that's lasting in my mind outside of the straight up Spidey lore is the way that I guarantee this movie just set up the mutant saga with so many different things. Obviously, Jean being introduced gives us our first future X-Men, but things like Spider-Man's inhibitor chip. And he just kind of left it behind after it was, it was broken, but at some point the government's going to find the thing and reverse engineer it. And then boom, there's your mutant inhibitors.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I was like, he just made mutant inhibitors.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And then the public, their only view right now of mutants is what Jean did to that square kilometer of Manhattan or whatever. So her having that moment of freezing everyone for however long time period that was, that's the public's view of mutants right now once mutants start being introduced. So it's already set up. People are not going to be a fan of mutants. It's set up the mutant inhibitor chips. It's set up the government doing things for their own gain. Yeah, this was a backdoor X-Men introduction, and I'm all for it.
Yeah, I thought they were going to reveal that damage control was actually AIM.
Yeah.
I kind of hated that they made damage control like a villainous kind of thing instead of making it the like more comedic, like construction crew kind of thing. I didn't care for that.
Yeah, it is funny how if you think back all the way to the first Spider-Man Homecoming, damage control has been a big part of setting up things that lead to bad things. If you remember, there would be no Vulture without damage control. And then now we got obviously what happened in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, moving forward, I don't know. The way that the population trusts in and believes in Spidey, if he starts talking about what they did wrong, how's that going to go over publicly?
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, focusing on Spidey himself, man, the movie was so good. It was so emotional the whole time. Just as a lot of people, including us, suspected, all of those villains in the trailer was just a real rapid fire montage of the first, 20 minutes of the movie. But I thought it was cool how we got to see Ned and MJ go off to MIT, and in between them, oh, it's sophomore year, oh, it's junior year, oh, it's senior year. And then between all those little bits, we got to see all the villains. They showed, Tombstone, obviously Scorpion, he's a big part of the movie. Ramrod, yeah. Tarantula Boomerang. We saw the hand a few times, and then they come back later in a really cool fight scene.
Did you notice that that version of the hand is only 5 ninjas?
I did notice that.
And I thought that was the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
Considering the hand is like, isn't it in the Daredevil series?
I think so. That seems right.
So as like an organization, not just 5 ninjas.
Yeah.
I thought that was a little weird, but I also kind of liked it too. The way they moved, like a hand moves.
Yep.
When they fought, I thought that was really neat. Tombstone looked amazing.
Oh yeah, he totally did. And that actor was perfect casting.
Yeah, he's also Tombstone in the Beyond the Spider-Verse movies too.
Yep. What's his name? Marvin Jones III. He was also Tobias Whale in the Black Lightning show. But yeah, dude looked great. I was honestly a little sad we didn't get more of him.
So I think we should rate what we think, like what we thought of the different villains in the montage.
Okay.
I loved Scorpion except for no helmet.
Okay.
I don't understand why there wasn't a helmet.
That is weird. Obviously, we want to see it, but a dude fighting like that, and who knows what he could be destroying and stuff bouncing onto his head or whatever, dude should have a helmet.
It just looked like the costume was incomplete a little bit to me. Ramrod looked amazing.
Yeah.
Even though you see him for like a split second. Boomerang looked amazing. I really wish we got to see more of Boomerang fighting Spider-Man. I think that would have been really cool to watch. I didn't like Tarantula's costume at all, but I think I said this before.
Yeah.
Like, why why is he in like a paramilitary gear
Yeah.
when everyone else is like in spandex and things like that? I was just like, why would they change that?
Yeah.
Is that all of them?
Yeah. All from the montage. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm giving Tombstone a 10. I kind of agree about the helmet, but I still give Scorpion, I'm going to give him still an 8.
Yeah. I can agree with an 8.
And I'd probably give Ramrod an 8 as well. Tarantula, 6.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, it reminded me, they did the same thing to Batroc the Leaper
Uh-huh.
in Captain America. I think it's Winter Soldier. He's at the
Yeah.
beginning where Captain America's on that boat and he's fighting
Uh-huh.
him. Well, he's in paramilitary gear too when he has an actual costume. I
Yeah.
think they kind of did the same thing with him.
What's your rating on those guys?
I would actually give Boomerang a 10 because I thought that costume just looked amazing.
Yeah.
Ramrod probably an 8 just because we didn't really see him that much, but it still looked cool. Yeah, Tarantula 6, Scorpion I'd give a 7 because of the no helmet. Yeah, I think that's all. Tombstone a 10 for sure.
Oh, yeah. I thought it was cool, as he started to evolve into his fully spider self, I guess. I don't know. It's funny, they kept giving little visual cues that made me think we might see Man Spider for a moment, but that didn't happen, obviously.
You think this is all building to like a mutant agenda movie?
Could be, which if that happens to him, it's obviously gonna have some mutant issues. It was sad how he finally sees MJ and Ned for the first time in a while because they moved away to MIT, and then 4 years later they graduated. They moved back to New York, to Queens, and he runs into Ned. He follows him to that house party, and then having a good old time until he sees MJ kiss her boyfriend, and that makes him kind of emo out for a little bit, running across the rooftops in the rain. And his emotions go crazy, and that's what kind of triggers his evolution, for lack of better words. And I don't know, when he starts understanding his new strength and his new organic webs and all these things, that was hilarious, by the way, when he starts seeing his webs and they made him gag.
Oh yeah. I was wondering if that was like also a discovering yourself like supposed to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It was funny the first time he did it. He's like, okay, I can do this. Peter too had organic webs. So that was a kind of a fun little reference to Toby.
Yeah.
And I really like his relationship with DeWolf, the detective.
Yep.
And she's in a handful of the comics too, right?
Oh yeah.
That's what I was trying to remember. I've read literally every single issue of every Ultimate Spider-Man, but I've only read here and there 616 Spider-Man.
What's kind of crazy to me is it's seemingly, what if they're going like the animated series route with this? Because they have the Punisher.
Yeah.
They have the X-Men now. They can do that episode, those 2 episodes. They're just missing Hobgoblin.
Which, I mean, we have Ned Leeds.
Yeah. But truly, the way it's all set up and everything, like what if Peter is all freaking out, and he's like, I don't know what to do. And then now Jean's like, hey, I found this school and there's this guy, he might be able to help you.
Yeah.
And so he goes to that school and realizes, oh, look, it's the X-Men. Like, what if it's like a backdoor introduction to the X-Men?
Right. It's funny, my littlest kid, Henry, who's 7, we did a marathon the past 2 weeks leading up to Brand New Day. We watched every Spider-Man movie ever from Tobey all the way to present, including the really crappy Sony side movies and Spider-Verse movies. Those were great. But in No Way Home, and you learn about the backstories of, Peter 2, Peter 3, and Tobey says that his best friend became a villain and died fighting him and all this stuff. And Ned said, I promise I will never do that. And Henry, my little kid, said at the end of the movie when, everyone's minds are wiped, he said, what if Ned, because he doesn't remember any of this, what if he does become that bad guy that you talked about? And I was like, oh man, your little kid perspective, I didn't even think of that. His mind was fully wiped. So what if things lead to that? Which obviously we have some stuff from this movie to talk about. But yeah, so much cool stuff could happen. In this movie, you mentioned Punisher and Hulk. It was so cool to see those guys. I thought it was really cool to see the Savage Hulk for the first time in quite some time. Something kind of snaps inside of Bruce. He said, no girl, no banner, only Hulk. And he gets bigger than we've seen him in ages. And at the end of that scene, do you think when Peter says, I'm your friend, do you think Hulk remembers Peter from the events in Avengers.
I mean, in the comics, he's one of the few people that remembers.
Yeah. And I wonder if that's what they were getting at, because he stops hurting him and then just lets himself go, and falls.
Well, there's only so many people more sad than the Hulk, right?
Right. And then, of course, Bruce Banner's wheeled off. There's some online speculation that they take him out to the raft or something like that. I do wonder what, if he just went to get some medical attention or if the government's going to cart him off. Punisher was hilarious. Every interaction with him, the whole back and forth about Staten Island.
Yeah, he plays that character so well. It's insane to me.
Oh, I know. It's perfect. When Jean hops into his brain, she goes, whoa, this guy's got a lot of issues.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love the part where he has to save, MJ, put her into hiding, and he brings her to Frank. I love the way that Frank really likes MJ and MJ really likes Frank.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny to me. I loved it.
It makes sense.
Yeah. I was so happy when he came back and she had read that note that he accidentally left behind.
I was too.
Going back a little bit, that first scene when she opens up his mask and kisses him, and then it turns out to be Jean. Oh, that broke my heart.
Oh, me too. That made me sick to my stomach.
Same. She's like, oh, you thought true love's kiss was going to break the spell. I'm like, you jerk.
Yeah.
It was cool how we were able to still see Aunt May in this movie, even though she's gone. That was pretty cool the way they did that.
Yeah, that part where it's like Aunt May talking to Jean is like, if I start thinking about it, I'll start getting choked up. But
Same.
that scene alone is like worth the cost of the ticket, I thought.
Yep. And then, of course, after Peter brings MJ home and it's all sad because she, says, I'm so sorry. I don't love you. I don't remember you. And she is genuinely sorry. But he gets her home and she's like, you want to come up? Basically, Ned needs a friend too, just as much as you do. I loved that scene so much. Their little back and forth with all the nerdy, Lord of the Rings quotes and stuff, building Legos together. It was great. When Peter has to swing away and she says, Peter, be careful. And Ned's like, oh, Spider-Man's name is Peter. Cool. At that final scene of the movie, when Peter's buying flowers for the grave and Ned's at the coffee shop and he goes over and he says, hi, I'm Peter Parker. And he's like, oh, cool, the flowers guy. And then they do the handshake. I totally cried.
Oh, yeah.
That totally choked me up, brought some tears to the old eyes. And I'm loving the speculation, the online speculation, because he's like, Peter. And people are like, oh man, he remembers him. But I honestly think he's just putting two and two together that MJ called Spider-Man Peter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think the handshake was just muscle memory and he put two and two together and Peter's probably going to explain everything.
Yeah.
And just like MJ, it wasn't some true love's kiss moment, but it still was awesome.
Yeah. You wonder though if it was too easy with the handshake. I don't know.
But on the flip side, think back to No Way Home. Ned has magical inherent abilities. Maybe it unlocked something.
Maybe you're right.
And the thing is, we're not going to get a new Spidey movie for who knows how many years. So they did that on purpose. So we're going to be talking about it for 3 or 4 years. But man, movie was 10 out of 10, if not 11 out of 10. If you haven't seen it, folks, you got to go check it out. I loved it so much. Some news after the movie. On the first week, it broke the record for the most pre-sale tickets ever sold for any movie ever. So that's kind of cool. And then the second week of being out, on its second weekend, it crossed $2 billion globally, which is insane.
It's so crazy. It's so much money.
Right? That's how Marvel can afford to make literally whatever they want because they have one movie making $2 billion in 2 weeks. And even if they got a movie that doesn't quite sell as much, they're good.
Yeah, very.
Well, let's go ahead and talk about a little bit of news with Marvel. There's so much stuff coming with Secret Wars and Doomsday and all that. Right now, the big rumor, there's been all kinds of speculation, but one of the big rumors coming from the big rumor sites is that, just as we suspected, they held off on Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse until literally it's going to come out, I believe, 5 or 6 months before Secret Wars. And the big thing right now that's going around is because Miles is going to show up in Secret Wars and it's going to be connected to that somehow. And if that's true, I'm so excited about that.
Yeah, that would be exciting.
Some other Spidey news. So Sony announced they've officially canceled all non-MCU related live action Spider-Man projects. So, are you bummed out? That means no more Morbius, no more Kraven, no more Madam Web.
No, I'm not bummed at all. I'm so happy about it. I hope that they I guess when they're done with the Spider-Verse movies, they're probably going to be done because of all the delays and stuff, huh? I know that they were talking about like a Spider-Punk movie at some point, but
Yeah. The way they worded it was live action. So anything they were doing animated could still be coming. So they might still be doing all their animated stuff and we might still get a Spider-Punk and all that.
okay. Well, I mean, that'll be cool.
Yeah.
I just, it's a shame that like something that good that came out of Sony, they can't do more of it.
I know. They just need to sell it to Disney, put it with the family, and let it thrive.
Yeah. I mean, it's just such a cool product. And yeah, I'm sure that Marvel's pretty much done with all like the multiversal stuff after these.
Oh, yeah. They're ready to move on to the mutant saga. And
Yeah. Yeah.
let's see, some more upcoming news. They announced that Mark Ruffalo will not be appearing in Doomsday, but he will be in Secret Wars. So for whatever reason, no Hulk in Doomsday, I guess. Or at least
okay.
not his Hulk.
Yeah. Okay.
They announced that Scarlet Witch will be in Secret Wars. There's a lot of talk that in Doomsday, we're going to see, obviously, the X-Men universe, the Patrick Stewart and Hugh Jackman and all those guys. But in Secret Wars, they've been saying all of a sudden that we might see James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender, their versions of Professor X and Magneto in Secret Wars. So that's kind of cool if that's true.
Oh, that would be cool. I love Fassbender's Magneto.
Oh, same. Oh, this is crazy. And I talked about it last week a little bit. The big rumor right now is that in this new MCU version, Magneto might be played by Jensen Ackles. I thought that was interesting.
Oh my God.
And from something I read, to keep him age appropriate to his era, but not, 1,000 years old, exaggerating, is that there's talks that his character still went through all that stuff with the Holocaust and everything, but he might have been frozen in some government chamber to keep him from using his abilities.
Oh.
And he gets out. So I thought that if that's true, that's an interesting way to keep his history intact and keep him younger.
Okay.
Who knows how true that is, but I thought it was a cool concept if it is true.
I mean, he wouldn't be the first character that's been frozen.
Yep. Let's see. Marvel announced they're going to be making less live action TV shows and focusing on movies and special presentations moving forward.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Along with that, there was an announcement that there will be 2 special presentations coming out in 2027. And one will focus on a solo character and one will focus on a team, which is funny that one of them says team. At the same time, there's rumors coming out that a Squadron Supreme project is in the works.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's just a big, like, hey, DC Comics, look what your characters would be.
Right?
I mean, that's like playing with your friend's toys.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
And there's been some talks of who's been cast already and all this and all that. Last week, talked a little bit about Beast and Emma Frost and the other ones they've kind of been mentioning. But this week, they announced a few more. The official one was Kit Connor, this kid from this show Heartstoppers and a ton of other stuff currently, has officially been cast as Cyclops in the MCU.
Yep.
And him and Sadie Sink kind of look perfect together, that perfect age range. They look like I can see them being a couple. So that's kind of cool. But another big rumor right now is that Austin Butler, if you can picture that actor from all kinds of recent stuff like the Elvis movie and whatnot, the rumor is he might be playing Gambit in the MCU.
I can see it.
Yeah, I can totally see it. We know about that announcement from San Diego Comic-Con that Ryan Gosling is now going to be playing Ghost Rider. But the talk right now is that he will be playing the Danny Ketch version of Ghost Rider.
Yeah. He wouldn't be Johnny Blaze. He's not old and,
Yeah.
Gosling can still play as a younger guy.
Yep.
Somebody like a I don't know. Who's the guy who played Thanos? What's his name?
Josh Brolin.
Josh Brolin. Josh Brolin's a perfect age appropriate for like a Johnny Blaze.
Yeah.
And like scruffy and whatnot.
Yep. Speaking of some of that X-Men casting stuff, this coming weekend, August 14th through 16th, is D23, and they will be unveiling the X-Men cast at this event. So by the time you guys are listening to this, then the next couple days, you will know who are playing the main bulk of the X-Men. So that's kind of cool.
That's awesome.
And let's see, the last thing I have with Marvel news You know how they do their special opening crawls, like in Spider-Man Brand New Day? It showed all those moments with Peter, and Peter just disappears, and it was very heartbreaking.
Yeah.
On something they put out there, their opening crawl, in the upper left corner, you can see Iron Spider with a very different suit than we've seen. And when you zoom in, it looks like Toby as Iron Spider, not Tom Holland. And I read a thing recently that some of the rumors are that we're going to see Toby as his universe's version of Iron Spider, because after he went home and Doc Ock had been kind of rehabilitated from our main MCU universe, and he was inspired by Peter from our universe, his Iron Spider suit. Supposedly there's going to be a whole thing where Doc Ock helps him build a nanotech Iron Spider suit. So
That's cool.
that's pretty cool if that turns out to be true. Yeah, lots going on with Marvel. Super great stuff. Over with DC, not a ton of news, but Batman Caped Crusaders Season 2 came out last week, and it's 10 episodes. They dropped all of them at once, and I've watched 8 of the 10, and so far it's really good. It's been a lot of fun to watch.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I forgot about it.
It's kind of cool seeing the new villains step up, and sort of spoiler alert, but it's sort of in the trailer. There's kind of an underlying villain behind the scenes doing a bunch of crap, and towards the end of the season, again, this is in the trailer, it winds up, surprise, surprise, being the Joker. So we finally get to see their universe's version of the Joker. It's pretty cool. But yeah, I would recommend it. I got 2 episodes left. I'm excited to watch them.
Right on.
Oh, My Adventures with Superman, that whole season minus the finale is out. So the finale comes out this coming weekend, and that's been another good one. This season has lots of time travel stuff going on, and they're kind of doing their version of Doomsday, but it's very, very different. Superman's not dead. He's just depowered. And I'm excited to see how they rectify that. I think the second to last episode, they begin to rectify it, but some bad stuff's happening on Earth and Superman's off-world, and I don't know. It's a total Elseworld story, but it's very good, and I'm loving it so much. And I love that one I can watch with my kids. Not the Batman one, but I can the Superman one.
Yeah.
There was supposedly going to be a Blue Beetle live-action TV series, but that has been canceled. And instead, there's going to be an animated series that fits in the canon, and it's going to be animated instead of live action. So take that how you will. The final thing with DC is they just announced that Batman Part 2 is already in the filming process, but they're not going to end with Part 2. They're going to keep filming Part 3 while they're filming Part 2. So they're going to release them separately, obviously, but Parts 2 and 3 are going to be filmed simultaneously back to back. So I'm kind of glad to hear that, because that means they're going to be over with quicker and we'll get our new DCU Batman.
Yeah.
Over with Star Wars, there's not a lot of news here either. They just announced that Skeleton Crew Season 2 is officially in the works. That was a pretty cute show. I liked watching it with my kids, so I'm glad they're making some more of it.
Good.
Elsewhere, out there in the pop culture universe, we talked a little while back about how they're bringing back the character Darkman. They're making a reboot of those Darkman movies, and it sounds like they've started filming on that, so that's cool. Do you remember a handful of years back, the movie Ready Player One? Did you like that movie?
Yeah, it was okay.
It's a book that has a sequel, and long story short, they're turning the second book, Ready Player 2, into a movie, and it's already started production, so that's kind of cool.
It's neat.
A little while back, we learned there was going to be a live-action Jetsons movie with Jim Carrey playing George Jetson, and that movie has started filming, so that's kind of fun.
That's exciting.
Yeah. Also, The Matrix 5 has officially started production, so we're getting more of that.
All right. Well, I don't like it when things are quadrilogies, I
Right.
guess. Not leave enough alone.
Yep. A few weeks ago, we talked about the sad passing of the actor Sam Neill, aka the scientist from Jurassic Park and all kinds of other stuff. Well, they announced that the final role he filmed was something in the upcoming live-action Legend of Zelda movie. So we will get to see him one more time next year when that movie comes out. And I don't know, that's kind of cool. I wonder who he's going to be.
I don't know.
Makes me wonder if he'll be maybe Zelda's dad, the King of Hyrule or something like that. But who knows? He could be anything. I don't know. That's just kind of cool. We'll see him again.
Yeah.
Over with video games, they announced Hogwarts Legacy 2, and it's going to be pretty much the same gameplay style, but this time you get to also explore Privet Drive, Diagon Alley, and other parts of London. You're not just locked into the stuff you were locked in the first game. So cool. If you guys like that game, there's going to be another one with more maps. Did you have any wrestling things this week?
You know what I did, but don't worry about it. We'll talk about it next week.
Okay. So yeah, that is about all the news for this week, you guys. Hopefully you've seen Spider-Man Brand New Day. It sounds like you most likely, if you're listening to us, you have, because they've made $2 billion.
Yeah.
But yeah, go check it out. Locally, guys, if you're in the Kansas City area, on Saturday morning over at Elite Comics East, their new location at the Ranch Mart South area, they're doing their Summer Jam 2.0. And basically, they have a ton of books and collectibles and toys and graphic novels and you name it. All the proceeds at this event go to their Children's Mercy toy drive. And they're trying to top last year where they raised, I don't know, around $34,000, something like that. A ton of money, which is so cool. So cool. All the money goes to buy Christmas presents for kids and their siblings that are stuck in Children's Mercy during Christmas. So the whole event is going towards that. And they're going to have so much cool stuff. I think from what I read, it was over $100,000 comics. They got toys, statues, shirts, trades. There's going to be artists there, have a little artist alley, all kinds of cool stuff. So get out there, get yourself some cool stuff, but at the same time, help these kids get some Christmas presents. So do it.
Yeah.
I'm also excited to see their new location, their new Elite Comics East location. It'll be kind of cool to see that. And anyway, guys, that's happening locally. Like I said, go watch Spider-Man if you haven't. Read some new books, watch some new shows. But hey, as for us here at the Taylorverse, I've been Billy Taylor.
I'm Taylor Oxer.
Come back next week, guys. Same Taylor channel, same Taylor time.
Bye.
Bye.